game, Going Commando, came out in 2003 and everyone was like... The game was met with critical praise since it basically took everything from Ratchet & Clank 1 and made it 100% better, to the point of making the first game kind of irrelevant and made it look really crappy. They upped the looks, the gameplay, murdered the original voice acting cast, and just made it overall better and more polished. And maybe this is just me, but this was my first Ratchet & Clank game, and when I got it, I didn't even realize it was a sequel since there was a lack of a big old 2 on the box and assumed it was the first and didn't even freaking notice until years later. Yeah, this is a game that puts the original to shame, and yes, I'll just put the first game over here in the garbage bin to keep it warm. But anyway, if you're new to this game, here are a few basic tips, tricks, and heads up for people who don't know shit about this game. Once again, you play as Ratchet, and Clank is in this game too, I guess. After the events of the first game, and once again, kinda not that important, but whatever, the two heroes find themselves without anything to do, when they are suddenly borderline kinda kidnapped by a crazy super white guy named Mr. Fidgewidget, who recruits Ratchet to help find this spooky dude who stole the fluff ball. Now, things can't be that simple, I know. Gotta give that T rating some love, am I right, ladies? But the story quickly evolves into something much bigger, with a conspiracy, saving the galaxy, and a suspicious man in tight green spandex who keeps being mentioned in the game and totally isn't foreshadowing later events. This game is not very subtle, I'll tell you that. But along the way, you'll meet dying store employees, biker gangs who are in touch with their feelings, oversized hands, illegal gambling, greedy computers, murder, poorly run cities and businesses, explosions on top of explosions, thugs for less, pay for 6 hits and the 7th is free, hippies, robots that need to chill the f*** out, and raritanium. Now, the story is very separate from the first game since it takes place in a new galaxy and all. You'll meet new people and maybe there'll be a reference to the first game, but all you really need to know from the first is that Ratchet & Clank saved the galaxy from a dude named Drek, and a guy named Captain Quirk really didn't help all that much. And that's kind of it. Yes, my Ratchet & Clank 1 copy is very cozy in the garbage, that's where it belongs, thanks for asking. But the plot is fun, light, and cohesive. It's definitely a good time, so enjoy it, you nerd. Okay, so gameplay-wise, Going Commando is borderline identical to the original with a few minor tweaks. You explore planets with 2 to 3 paths to go down, and they eventually unlock other planets to explore, and yeah, level progression, yeah. You'll be solving baby puzzles to reach the end of the paths, completing objectives, jumping around a lot, and creating thousands of dollars in property damage. It's the simple things in life, you know? Now, I did cover most of this stuff in the original Ratchet & Clank video, so if you haven't seen that, I recommend going to watch it now, cause let's be real, guys, these games are mega similar, and lordy, I am tired of repeating myself. But the big thing this game fixes, and is the key to getting through without much of a hiccup, is there is like no backtracking, and it's wonderful. All you have to do to avoid backtracking and fumbling around like an idiot is just explore the whole world before moving on. You can see what you haven't explored through your map and just be like, okay, there is the super yaoi hands automatic gadget I need, or whatever. I don't know, guys, I got weird stuff in this game. But please just explore all the past before leaving, cause I know it's exciting getting to unlock a new planet and all, but calm down, kid. Check your map and get your butt back on that planet. So the guns are back and hella better, and a little oversized for Ratchet. Is this even physically possible? I look at his body compared to, okay, you know what? I digress. But yes, the guns are back and are basically the entire livelihood here. Now, you start the game with 2 weapons, and as you explore and kill stuff, you'll get money to buy new ones. Now, the weapons gradually unlock as you go through the game and can range from a mini nuclear explosion to sheep. No, seriously, there is a gun that turns people into sheep. Now, while you'll be able to afford most of your weapons on your first run, think carefully on what to buy first, because some are way more useful than others depending on your playstyle. Okay, neato, I guess. Ow! I need it! Now, the biggest change to the guns compared to the original is that they level up the more you use them, but they only level up once on your first playthrough, and once you beat the game and play it again, they can be leveled up again once you okay, you know what? Here's an image to explain it. You got the thing that is upgraded to the other thing, and then this thing gets all bang, I don't know, explosions! But if you're having a tough time, just take some time and upgrade your weapons by killing lesser enemies on easier planets. Yeah, it's gonna take a little while, but I am tired of having my furry legs blown off by a lizard, you piece of shit! Now, as you explore the planet, you'll occasionally get items and gadgets that help you access other parts of other planets. And like I said, explore the entire planet before moving on, and you're all good. Now, most of these items are used for puzzles and whatnot, but every now and then you'll get something to enhance gameplay. Now, some of these items are not needed to beat the game, but the game won't really tell you that. Like, it'll tell you if you need a certain item when you get there, but, like, it won't whisper to you, hey, you know, you really don't need this item, but you really won't be able to tell, so whisper stuff, you don't really need this thing. But even though you don't technically need them, I do recommend just doing all the junk people yell at you for, because some of the items are really McFrickin-neato and are pretty useful later down the line, even if their aesthetics aren't that great.
Prize this time is some kind of special boots.
But they ugly.
Special boots.
Okay, that's great, but they're ugly.
Boots.
Okay, that's kinda neat, but they're still ugly! Now, on top of extra items you can get, there's also a really shady dude, who I'm 90% sure is a crack dealer, named Slim Cognito. Now, he can be found in a few places like these planets, but what Slim does is that he can mod your weapons with certain abilities. Don't look at me that way, sister. What? What do you want? That he can mod your weapons with certain abilities that are maybe tiny bit illegal, but who's checking? Now, Slim is paid in big old floating platinum bolts, which are hidden all over the planets, and trust me, you'll know them when you see them. Now, Slim stuff is completely optional, but if you're bent on making your weapons of mass destruction a little more destruction-y, he's a good guy, or in this case, a good pair of eyes to hit up. Okay, so either there was some massive economical boom between now and the first game, or inflation is through the roof and the game's economy is headed for the toilet. But as you go through the game, you'll get a ton of bolts, which is money, and if you take the extra time to explode random stuff and crank up that property damage bill, then you'll gain a lot of money a lot quicker, because for some reason there's money hidden in the lights. Now, obviously, money is important since that's what you buy ammo and guns with, and saving up for your fancy new weapons is the way to go because you'll need all the firepower you can get later on. The game offers several ways to get the goods, such as these arenas located on these planets where you can fight for money. Although it isn't too great, because only getting 2,000 bolts for taking on a whole frickin' armada of enemies isn't the most practical situation. But the best way to get money is exploring the crystal fields on these planets. Finding the crystals in these fields will get you the big bucks if you trade them with Hipster McGee over here. But fair warning, these areas can be kind of tough because, oh my god, what the snack is that? But just go into these areas well prepared and try to come back and get ammo often because these places are big. Also, the snow crystal field is really McFrickin' hard, but it also gives you more money per crystal, but I don't know, just saying. But if you need extra money for weapons, just take the time and sell what I'm pretty sure is a form of crystal meth to these guys. You know, there are some things in video games that just make you ask why. Why? Why is this here? And am I having fun? And whose idea was this? Because I'm a murder the son of a bitch! The game has mandatory ship fighting parts throughout the game when going to a new location for the first time. They're not everywhere, but when they are, I mean, if you like flying ships, I guess they're alright, but all they want you to do is destroy stuff, and yeah, you win, and it's pretty straightforward combat controls. But what you should really do to avoid pulling your hair out is spin that ship for dear life, hold down the shoot button, and shoot nothing but the big crystals for like 15 minutes. No, I'm serious. Take the time to get an item called Raritanium, which can also be found in the crystal fields with this thingy, wink wink, and just collect a ton of it so you can upgrade your ship mega early at the potato satellite dish place. Why, you might ask? Well, really just to blow shit up faster. These flight levels can get really hard if you don't upgrade your ship, and they can be really easy if you upgrade the ship mega early, because I don't know about you, but I got crap to do, so just do it! Okay, so here are a few tips and things you should probably know before you get started. Strafe back and forth all the time, like don't let go of the button, just like tape it down or something. Always refill your ammo when you get the chance. Your health also gets bigger as you kill stuff. Having trouble? Just kill more stuff, you dink! Jump around a lot and don't be a sitting duck. The charge boots are perfect for the crystal fields, but they still ugly. Skill points are still in this game, and Lord knows they're still random as crap. The best place to upgrade your shield is this planet, and you'll see why when you get there. You can buy new armor at the yellow stations on certain planets. Make it a priority. You can get more money in challenge mode after you beat the game, so don't worry if you can't afford a gun in the first run. You play as Clank like maybe 2 or 3 times in this game, don't worry about it. Don't forget to customize your quick select to organize your weapons. Also, the quick select pauses the game now, so relax, take your time, no rush. Before beating the game, go back and explore all the past planets for stuff you missed, because you'll have all the doodads to get all the extra things. There is a thing in this game called the Insomniac Museum, and it's worth checking out. Links below to get to the thing, because it's hella neato. So while Ratchet & Clank Going Commando improved basically all aspects of the original game, it's still not perfect. The game can get frustrating, and I'm like 90% sure you can get a seizure from all the flashing lights. Please don't play this game in the dark, kids. But this game cemented the Ratchet & Clank formula, and this is really what Ratchet & Clank was designed to be. And I hope this Basics Beginner's Guide makes your gaming experience a little better. So please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Hey, how's it going? Did you like this video? Well, if you did, why don't you go watch another one, you nerd? Also, why don't you go follow me on Twitter so you can keep up to date on what's gonna happen next? Wanna watch me get the footage I need for these videos? Head on over to my Twitch so you can see me play games and talk to chat where no one is safe. If you have any tips for this game or any future games, please leave me a comment, tweet me, or send me a message. Later, you big nerds!